Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. First, I put a photo. Whose photo is it? Can you tell me?
Shakespeare. William Shakespeare.
William
William
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare, right? And what about the text? And what is the text
His
about?
story.
His
It's
what
his
is the
life.
His
text?
lifeline.
What is the text about? The text is about William Shakespeare's biography. Okay, a short biography.
Yes, sir.
We can tell a short biography of William Shakespeare, right? Right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Uh, uh, Now I can tell you that the uh, reading does not mean merely uttering some words, merely pronouncing some words. Reading is a process by which you can grab the meaning of the sentences, grab the meanings of a paragraph or a passage. Uh, when you can grab or when you can understand the whole text, you may say that your reading is complete. Okay, uh, if you are not able to grab meaning from the text or from a sentence or from a paragraph, you are not you then think that your idea is not clear and you lack reading skill. Okay, if you can grab meaning completely, if you can understand the idea of the text, only then you can think that your reading skill is perfect and your reading is perfect. So reading doesn't mean merely uttering some words. Uttering means ucharan. Okay, merely pronouncing some words. Reading is a process of learning something from a text. Okay, can I? Am I understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Am I
Yes,
understood?
sir.
Yes, sir. And by this text, which I presented on the display, uh, you learned that when Shakespeare was born and where Shakespeare was brought up, and why he Shakespeare is the Shakespeare is called Bard of Avon. Shakespeare is often called the national England's national poet, right? এবং he is famous playwright of England. He is the uh, he is the
greatest dramatist.
most famous dramatist, right? Playwright, dramatist, and tragedy writers, right? And tragedy
Yes, sir.
playwrights, tragic playwrights. Huh? Okay, these are his characteristics, and we got this idea from the text. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Right, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
And
sir.
right. Okay. So and we can think, and can I can recommend you that your writing skill is perfect if all of you can understand what the text is about. Okay. Uh, I tell you that merely I tell you again that merely reading some words, merely uttering some words is not a reading skill. Reading skill means that you have to learn something from the text. You have to understand something in the text. হ্যাঁ, যখন তুমি কোনো টেক্সট থেকে কোনো আইডিয়া এবং কোনো অর্থ উদ্ঘাটন করতে পারবে এবং প্রত্যেকটা সেন্টেন্সের অর্থ যখন বুঝতে পারবে এবং যখন টেক্সটটা পুরো আইডিয়াটা বুঝতে পারবে, তখন অনলি দেন আই ক্যান সে দ্যাট your reading skill is perfect and you can read well and you can read well and you can understand well. Clear? So
Yes, sir.
while okay, while reading a text, we have some problems. What are the problems? We may not understand or we may not know at least some we may not know meanings of some words, right? Or being a teacher of English, I may say that I must not know meaning of all words. It is general and it is natural because একজন শিক্ষকের পক্ষেও বা একজন ছাত্রের পক্ষেও সমস্ত শব্দের অর্থ জানাটা is quite impossible because English language has a huge words. So you may not understand meaning of all words. তখন আমরা কি করি, আমরা একটা টেক্সটের মধ্যে যখন আমরা কিছু শব্দ থাকে যেগুলো আননোন থাকে, বাট সাম অফ দি ওয়ার্ডস আর নোন টু আস, এম আই রাইট? Some of
Right,
the
sir.
words you may not you may not know meaning of all words in the text, but you may know a meaning of a few words. এবং when you know the meaning of the few words, you can guess or you can guess the main idea of the text or main idea of the sentence, right? And when you guess this idea of the sentence, but you can understand the meaning of the text or meaning of the sentences or meaning of the passage or meaning of the essays, right? So this is the way. By this way you can understand your reading skill will develop. By this way your reading is read well and you can understand well. Now I give you some tips about reading skill. Reading skill is just like a jogging or running. Jogging or running. You know jogging? You know jogging?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is jogging? Jogging and running. Okay. Before jogging or running, what do you do or what we do? What we do? We stress our hands, we stress our legs, right? Because before
Sir, we warm up our body.
Warm up your body, right? This is warm up activity. You saw, as you say, it is warm up activity. Why do we take this warm up activity? We take this warm up activity because to pump our heart, okay, before running. Because we want to pump our heart because before running. If you start running immediately, ignoring warm up, your heart may block. That is why we take warm up activity and we stress our hands, we stress our body, and we stress our legs. Then we start running. So reading is like reading is a lot like running. Okay, how? I put a picture at the top of the text. Have you noticed it? Did you
Yes,
notice
sir.
it? Yes, you noticed it. Why did I put the picture? I put the picture for your warm up activity. I put it because when you see the picture of Shakespeare at the top of the text, you begin to think that this text is about Shakespeare. This text is about Shakespeare. Then you begin to think what might be the text about. The text about is about Shakespeare's biography, Shakespeare's or anything about any work of Shakespeare. The text is any work of Shakespeare. You begin to think. So this is the warm up activity. When you start reading, you will find that and when you finish the whole text, find that this is about the biography of Shakespeare and brief biography of Shakespeare. And then তাহলে ফার্স্ট স্টেপটা হচ্ছে ওয়ার্ম আপ অ্যাক্টিভিটি, দেন সেকেন্ড স্টেপটা হচ্ছে রানিং অর জগিং। একটা থার্ড স্টেপ আছে, সেই থার্ড স্টেপটা কি? থার্ড স্টেপটা হচ্ছে যে কুল ডাউন। কুল ডাউন মিনস তুমি, আমরা যখন রানটা শেষ করি তখন উই বিগিন টু ওয়াক স্লোলি, উই বিগিন টু রান স্লোলি, বাট উই নেভার স্টপ। Do you stop? Do you stop after running? No. We just take some few minutes walking slowly or running slowly. This is the cool down step. So, what in reading is what is cool down process in reading? The cool down process is just stop reading and think about what you read in the text, and point out the main features of the text, and note down the main features of the text on a paper, and begin to think it. Okay, and begin to think it before before taking notes on paper. You just close the text and start explore your memory and try to remember some words, remember some sentences, remember the ideas on the paper. The reading is just like this method. Okay, am I understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you
Yes, sir.
understood. uh, okay, you understood, এবং আমি এখন now I must say that there is no alternative to reading to develop reading skill. There is no alternative to develop reading skill except reading. রিডিং ছাড়া, রিড করা ছাড়া তোমার অন্য কোনো ওয়ে নাই রিডিং স্কিলটাকে ডেভেলপ করার জন্য। সো ইউ মাস্ট রিড, রিড অ্যান্ড রিড। সো দিস ইজ দি ওয়ে টু develop your reading skill. There is no shortcut way to develop your reading skills except reading. Okay, except reading. And what do you read? And now I can suggest you take commit yourself that you must read at least 1 hour a day, at least 1 hour day, 1 hour a day. And if you read 30 hours in a month, 30 hours in a month, then it will be your habit, and you will learn a lot after reading 30 hours in a month. You learn a lot. Okay, so take it as a habit and make it a habit, and do it as your duty. This is my first thing to tell you. Next, I tell you what should you read. Yes, as you are a student of English department, you must read your English texts. But besides these, you may read some things which you feel